Good morning. You listen to FloorAlley.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. This morning I have two guests. I have Ali Cheloei and Scott Banda. Ali, you're with Abbey Commercial Flooring up in the D.C. area. And Scott, you're the co-founder of Climit, used to be called Floorcloud. How you guys doing today?
Doing great, Kemp.
Fantastic. Good morning.
Yeah, I wanted to talk to you, Ali, because you're using Scott's product, and I want to tell our listeners a little bit about how you found it useful. Scott, why don't you start out and tell us a little bit about what Climate is?
Sure. As you said, Kemp, we're formerly Floorcloud. We are basically a real-time remote job site monitoring system. Super simple to use. Software is very intuitive, and we have sensors that contractors of all types can put up on the job site to monitor their temperature, humidity, dew point, light levels in real time every hour.
Ali, let me give our listener a little background on you. As I said, you're the president of Abbey Commercial Flooring, and it says on your website that you're a lawyer turned flooring guy. And it looks like your dad started this business mostly residential all the way back in 1989, and you guys are still part of the Abbey buying group, and the business got started, commercial flooring, in 2007. Then you joined your dad's business in 2013 and took it over, and now your brother's even in the business, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, my parents, they immigrated over and they started the business, with a small business loan and kind of grew it over the decades. And my brother and I came in. I came in first, and then my brother came in and kind of created it into a little regional commercial powerhouse.
And you've moved the business from, I guess it was in Sterling when it got started, and now it's in Reston, Virginia, right?
Well, yeah, we have two residential showrooms, both 10,000 square feet in Sterling and Leesburg. And then we bifurcated the business because the commercial and residential business are just so different. And the commercial main headquarters is in Reston, correct?
How is your business now?
Business is really, really great. We're coming off our best year last year and our best 6-month period. We just closed the books for the first 6 months. Best 6-month period in our 30-plus year history.
That's great. So tell us how you're using this Climate product.
Yeah, Scott mentioned we're using it on every major site we're on to monitor in real time what's going on with the environmental conditions, the ambient environmental conditions and the conditions there in the slab, and basically using it to educate us on what to advise our general contractors and clients and how to safeguard ourselves from any potential and costly mistake that could be made by basically not monitoring these things.
All right. So basically, when you put flooring in, the environment needs to be at a certain temperature and humidity level, and the flooring needs to be acclimated. And you can kind of keep an eye on things and make sure that the GC and all of the trades that are involved with the project are doing what they're supposed to be doing when it comes to the environment, right?
That's exactly right. And with every different flooring product, you have different humidity levels and temperature levels that needs to be in the ambient conditions and, of course, in the slab. What we really love about Climate is that they have all of these install instructions preloaded right into their app. So let's say I was doing a 2-level hospital, which actually we recently just did. And on one level, it's all sheet vinyl, and on the other level, it's more administrative, so it's LVT and carpet. Well, the sensors up top, we can program like, okay, we're going to put in, let's just say, for example, this Shaw LVT and this Shaw carpet, and the exact style of those carpet and LVT we can preload into the app, and it already knows all the parameters for that exact Shaw product and style. And then we can do the same thing on the sensors where we're putting in the sheet vinyl, because obviously the sheet vinyl has much less tolerance than the carpet and the LVT for any kind of moisture issues. It's more fickle product. Yeah, let's say we're putting Forbo sheet vinyl downstairs. Well, we can just we can just say, all right, on these sensors, we're putting in this room and that floor, we're putting in Forbo sheet vinyl, and it uploads it. And what's really nice about it, the app starts beeping at you anytime the conditions don't meet the parameters of that specific product. So it's really dummy proof. It's like you just have, and the best part with Climate is you can add the general contractor into the app itself, which is really special so that they can see it themselves. So they're not getting, hey, we put up these sensors just trust me, everything will be okay, or everything's not okay. They can see it and they download the app themselves and they get the alerts too.
So for a small fee, you're basically having a monitor at the site, and it reduces claims on the back end, doesn't it?
Yeah, it reduces headaches, claims. It makes you look way more professional to the GC, which I love. It's like, wow, it gives me a lot of credibility with the GC when I have everything in this beautiful little tidy app. They know that we have our act together, and that's what we want to project to our clients, of course. And yeah, I remember when I got the first couple, I got an ad for it, and I reached out and I actually spoke to Scott myself, and Scott said, yeah, we'll give you, the 2 or 3 sensors. I guarantee you that you'll call me back in a couple months and ask for more. And sure enough, after we did it, that's exactly what I did. And now we have them on any major job site that we're on.
Okay, Scott, how's business going with this Climit solution?
It's going extremely well. And as Ali mentioned, we have people doing all types of residential projects, but typically healthcare projects, school jobs, multifamily, high rise. Those are really popular applications that people are using our system on.
Okay, guys, thanks for talking to our listeners. Again, been talking to Ali Cheloei with Abbey Commercial Flooring and Scott Banda, the co-founder of Climit, and you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.